was it Lauren over there talking about y'all would make beautiful
Beautiful. I
babies.
hated that comment.
I did too. I was like,
girl, Lauren, I was like, Lauren, you 2 for 2 with talking too much. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about $1 Million Secret on Netflix. We are discussing season 2, episodes 4 through 6. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode of $1 Million Secret, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, and be in the comments. Let us know your theories, your thoughts, what was good strategy, what wasn't, all that good stuff. Because there's like no right way to play this game. And so we all have some thoughts and some theories. But this is interesting. Like, I'm just, because we know already, this is episodes 3 through 6. We know already that 4 through 6. We know that we have Nick, and we know Umiko is at this, and she leaves. But yeah, so everybody has their theories about what was good moves, what was bad moves, all that good stuff. But let's start off with Nick. That's where we were left off at episode 3. We saw that Nick had got the money. And how do you think he did as a millionaire?
I think he did well with the doppelganger thing. I thought his first agenda, which was to tell 4 people who their celebrity doppelganger was, I thought he did a really good job with that one. And so he got the double kill shot.
I actually think he did good with that. Girl, he was about to run out of time until they saved him at the end with the Tom Hanks or the Tom Cruise. Because I was like, personally, I was like, you should have been able to do this, get rid of this in that one conversation down there, like when they were talking about the movies, the rom-coms.
Yeah, but it would have been awkward because Nick is not a very like social guy. He be stumbling over. He's a man of very few words. And so I felt like to be like, yeah, you remind me of this, you this. I feel like that would be very difficult for him, for it to be sussed out, you know, especially when when he went back up to the gazebo and found out that they were already sussing out this
the rom-com
idea that it was a that they thought the rom-com thing was it. And so
I just feel like it could have been, I feel like that thing would have been easy peasy. I just feel like that was an easier one, me personally. And I think they gave him some things that didn't necessarily seem like they were, like, he didn't say you look like this person. He was like, you kind of have a Matthew McConaughey vibe. I don't know. That felt like that was a little sus. I need you to be like, you look like, you look like.
Right, because that's what a doppelganger is. It's like, you are their twin. So, yeah, they did basically what they should have said, just mention it, because that's what he did, was just mention it. I didn't think about it that way until you said it, but I thought, like, for who he is, he didn't put sus on him with his agenda. And so that was why I'm saying he did a pretty good job with that one.
I can see.
So he was able to get the double kill shot, and he took out Casey. Or was it Casey and Melissa?
Yes. No. Yeah. Yes, Casey and Melissa. I don't know why I had Daisy's face come up when you said Casey, but yeah, Casey and Melissa.
Yeah. So he got that one done. And he got lucky, like you said, with that last one with the Tom Cruise. I mean, that was just like handed to him on a silver platter. And so if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have got it. And I was wondering, if he went in there with 4 votes, what would it have looked like for everybody else? Because once the clue came out, which was somebody born in 1999 based on those movies, it immediately took the sus off of Melissa. So,
yeah. My thing is this, or Casey. It took the sus off of Casey and Melissa.
Yeah, both of them, actually, yeah.
Yeah, but this is my thing. On that clue, I don't understand how no one thought to say, like, especially Umiko or Nick, do we think that anyone's lying? Especially Hunter ass. Like, 2000, I'm going to just trust you. And then why didn't Nick lie? Why didn't Nick say, like, he's asking what your year is for a very reason about the clue.
Right.
So let it not be on you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever answer is the wrong answer for you will be the wrong answer for the clue. So I would have been like 1998, 2000. I would have
Right.
switched it up.
He should have just used like the year, but figured out what month, like calculated later what month he needed to say to everybody else where his age still lined up to be whatever, however old he is. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe that's what he could have. I'm going to say I would have kept my same year and just been like, I would have been just like, maybe, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, because you can't say the month, because if I were to say the same month, that would take me down or up an entire year.
But that's if people know your age, you know what I mean?
They know their ages. That's why they was forward about the year. So I would have had to do a month where I would still be that same age. Like if I'm born in December, I got to say like May or something where it gives me...
Gives you away. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like he asked when he came back out of there. He asked Casey, because I thought Casey was young. Like I would have been like, is she lying about her age? Casey and Hunter would have been my two people. I would have, especially Casey asked. She already had sus on there. I'm like, is she lying? Because what was that? Is that 27? What? I didn't calculate it, but how old are they if you're born in
1999? 1999 is it's 2026. So yeah, you're 27.
27, yeah. And so Casey, I wouldn't blink an eye if she told me she was 27. I can see that she's like 32 or something like that. She's born in 91 or whatever, 32, 33, 34, something like that. I can see that too. But if she told me 27, I wouldn't be like, oh, damn, girl, you sure about that? Like, I wouldn't think anything. And so I would think she could lie and say she was older as well. So I just feel like I'm so surprised that no one pointed that out, that like, what if somebody's lying about their age, you know?
Yeah, or to just lie, because the person who has a clue is the one that's coming out asking this. So
yeah,
say something different, especially if you are the millionaire.
Yeah.
I was wondering that too. I was like, this didn't make no sense. Like, you know, he coming to ask about this. So
yeah, but I was like, Hunter, especially when Hunter started turning on them, like that round table, I would have been like, I hadn't thought about this, but your birthday, your year is so close to 1999. Like, what if you just lied? Like, you know, what if you literally just lied? And we all are assuming everybody's telling the truth. I would have put so much sus on Hunter. But anyway, that was our second clue. What was the challenge that they did to gain that clue?
The wine challenge.
Oh, yeah. That was cute. Like, I thought that was a kind of fun to watch. Well, not fun to watch, but it was engaging because somebody had to stay behind at every point. So I was like kind of paying attention.
There was strategy through it.
Yeah. I did think that Nick's point about her doing the high fives, I thought that was a good point.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, but no one, you know, seemed
I mean, other people thought it was because they ended up voting for her.
Oh, true.
It's just the fact that he had the double kill shot that she didn't go home.
True. Forgot
about that. But it immediately took sus off of her. So
yeah, she just flipped the light switch that episode. Like she was so, I don't want to say Debbie Downer, but I wasn't enjoying her energy anymore. I
wasn't either. I was like, girl, all of this over Lauren. You're here for $1 million, not for Lauren to get $1 million. Get over it. Like, one more bites the dust.
Yeah, but even like when they voted for her and she was salty, I was like, like this is so much. Like, bring back a fun
But I was
cat.
with Daisy. Yeah, Daisy was like, but now we know your name is cleared, so be happy about that.
And she was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she was just a Debbie Downer. Like, and it's like, and you get to live again, girl.
Right.
Put some pep in your step.
Correct.
But yeah, I can't. I'm not here for a moody ass motherfucker. So, wasn't a fan of her after that. Like, she stopped because I liked her in the beginning. I was like, she's got strategy. Wasn't a huge fan after that. Yeah. But yeah, so that was that challenge. The next one, Nick had to put clothespins on other folks. I thought he would get it done easier than he did.
I did too. I was like, why are you trying to pin it on people's like shoulders and stuff? I would have now the first one he did was good. And then Caleb though, walking, that wasn't a good one. I would have tried to sit back down with somebody, pin it on their back or something if I was behind them, like something. He did not do that very well.
Yeah. And then I wondered also, like, since he had the last one, if he should have just put it on him by like and pretended like, oh my God, all of us
Right.
have,
Yeah.
this clothespin thing, and like who did this? Who was around us?
Right.
Like or just fiddle because it was in his pocket. Like maybe he just like will fiddle around with his own stuff and like and then it's in his hand, but he pulls it out like it was on his shirt. And
Yeah.
so he's like,
Yeah.
I'm a victim too.
Right. Or he could have pulled it out and been like, I had one on me and I just realized you had one, so I was pulling it off of you. And that's why you felt it. Like
Yeah, something.
he's not good with quick thinking on his feet for sure.
Yeah.
I was giving him too much props for being perceptive.
Me too. That's what I was realizing these episodes. I was like, I was giving him a lot of props for him. I'm like, I think it's just he just was in the right place at the right time to notice the no cap. I think I thought he was more intelligent
and young enough to notice.
Yeah.
No cap being said, completely crazy.
I know, it's like, why are you speaking like that? Right. So, but he did succeed because he got the last one on Umiko, so no clue came out from that, right?
Yeah, no clue came, and he didn't get the votes against him.
Mm-hmm. But that's where all the sus.
Yeah, but from. He also got them 2 votes canceled. So
yeah.
But even in that vote though, because it comes up on the screen, it was a 4-4 vote. So it would have been a tie. I don't know what they would have done in with the tie, but
who were the votes that were
for Hunter, basically?
Yeah, like
so it was Nick, Umiko, Daisy, and I don't know who the 4th person was. Oh, maybe Lauren T.
Maybe it was him, Nick.
I said that already. Nick, Umiko, Daisy, and it might have been Lauren T. because Caleb wasn't with it. Oh, Lauren T. Kevin. It was already. Kevin. Yeah. It was Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And these were against Hunter.
Yeah. And then he got lucky because he would have been out next if the money didn't move because Umiko was good with her.
Yeah. Well, before Hunter left, though, let's talk about that poker game, though, because that also got more sus on Nick because he refused to throw it, and he played.
Which I thought it was stupid. Because I feel like anybody who was suspect to be the millionaire, which would have been the 4 people minus Kat, so Kevin, Nick, and who was the 4th one? Umiko. I feel like those 3 people should have been wanting to win and play because they are the ones who are suspect to be the millionaire.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to show everyone that they're not by saying I trust you all. But yeah, they should have. But I think that he just had to go for it, because they were primed and ready to vote him out. But Umiko had this plan. Now, Umiko, she surprised me because she was giving very like happy-go-lucky, I'm friends with everyone. I'm not trying to do like a sharky strategy or whatever. But she got the people to vote Hunter. I didn't think that was going to happen. And that was a surprise. And then as she got the money, I was like, okay, sis is like, she's trying to come for this game,
Yes.
and then at the end when she was like, "Oh, I was gonna use my kill shot," or she said, "I will," because at that point she hadn't realized she's getting voted out. But she was like, "I'm gonna use my kill shot on Nick," and I was like, my mouth was on the floor. I promise you, I was so shocked. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. I was shocked too, but I was like, "That's actually a good move because she already has some." Sus on her. Nick is saying straight to your face, I know you're the millionaire. She didn't approach Nick that way. She just knew that Nick was a millionaire from the clues or whatever, and she did what she had to do to try to keep him safe as her number. But Nick is like, I know you're the millionaire. You can't control this whole game. So
but I think he was... Oh, go ahead.
I feel like he, was being supportive, but like when you know that somebody knows this about you, right? It's like, I don't know. I might have to cut you before you cut me.
I don't know. I feel like she should have kept Nick. I think he was a partner. Like if she had made it through the vote, I would have kept Nick just at least for 1 or 2 more rounds or something like that. Like, or at least one more, I think. Just one more. But let's rewind to the beginning of how she got the money. She had her own challenge. And I will say this, when they first did the challenge, I was like, why y'all giving this to her? Because it felt so obvious, right? It felt
Yeah, to have to
like,
bounce a ball on somebody's head. Like, we
right.
doing physical, aggressive contact? Please.
I was like, that's going to be so obvious. A beach ball has to hit
Yeah.
3 people's heads. I felt like that was going to be so obvious. And I felt like they were setting her up, trying to take the heat off of Nick. I was like, not y'all trying to do that to the only black girl that's there.
Right.
But she did it super quickly. And I was like, oh.
She did.
Okay.
She did both of her challenges very, even the names and stuff. She was like,
yes.
child pie. Oh, baby. She did that. She did that very well, and she knew who she could do it with because Caleb was not present. But yeah, that boop boop boop. It was still in her very bubbly, like you said, happy-go-lucky vibe, and so it was just looked at as her being playful. That she threw that ball off.
Yeah, no, very, very, very like done very well on her part. What was it that started getting her to have the sus on her? Was it the
clue that she was an analyst?
Yeah, but that it was Daisy was on her already. Why was Daisy on her? I'm forgetting.
Oh, because they were like, what if the agenda was to keep Nick around? Yeah. And I will say the way that the host was like announcing the fact that there was a secret agenda was like, since Nick stayed, or since the millionaire stayed, the money has been moved. Somebody had a secret agenda. It like immediately put sus. I feel like it could have been said differently. Like there was, a secret agenda that occurred. And I don't even know what they could have said. Now that I'm saying it out loud, like I don't know, because
how do you notice them that the saying that since the millionaire stayed? I just I just heard them say that the money is moved. But what I will say is this, like going back to when Alti was the millionaire, he and her, they're the only black millionaires here or black players, period. And they both became a millionaire, and they were the only 2 people to have lost the money in the same day. And I feel like there was somebody in our comments, they mentioned how all of the sus that first vote for Alti's vote, right, was on Daisy and Case. Who was it else on?
It don't even matter. It was on 2 other people, child.
Yeah, two other white women. It
wasn't on Alti. Yeah, it wasn't on Alti.
It wasn't on him. And then they were like, then this white man came in and said, it's him because no cap. And everybody just immediately shifted and they voted him out. And at the time I was like, I was like, good point. There's something to that. But Umiko, her only having the money for one night as well, and it was just like the swiftness at which they voted her out, it made me think back to that comment that person said, because I was like, Daisy had like a hunch, and then I was like, this intelligence analyst clue thing kind of sort of like, it was a stretch to say it was
right to say because
her.
She was in Virginia.
Yeah, it was. I don't think it was the strongest clue for her. Like 1999, and I think about like Nick, or I think about what's his name with the hat, Walker Texas Ranger man.
Yeah, Caleb.
Obvious. They had obvious ass moments during their reigns. Obvious ass moments. And they were not voted out. And it's not like people always like to be like, oh, racism and everything, but it's like it really is, but it's not always like everybody's evil and they're this sinister plot to like be racist. It's in little ways that it may not take much for somebody to turn your head in this person's direction and you believe it and you write their name down, because it's like the way it took so much and so much evidence in everybody's face for the 2 white men that had the millionaire, they let them skate by. You know what I'm saying? But on the slightest of like last minute evidence, they said, oh, this is this black person. And it was like, boom, we all voting for this person. And they go with the quickness. And so I guess it's like this sense that people's unconscious sort of biasness to believe something, or even as simple as like not be like, I have a heart for you. You know what I mean? Like you're in my crew, or you're part of my people. You're part of like my Caleb. Folks who I'm gonna protect. Even as something as simple as that can cause you to just not have wiggle room. So any mistake, it's you. You're out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the issue in those are the little subtle things that people don't realize, how like race kind of is involved in everything. And if that makes you uncomfortable, then that's just that. But no one's calling everybody evil or anything like that. Some people are, some people do evil things, but sometimes it's just these unconscious biases that say, okay, I'm gonna trust this person more, or I'm gonna believe them when they say it's not them, or I'm not gonna believe this person, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of a recent video I saw. I don't know where I saw it. It might have been, it was either Instagram, social media. But it was a black woman. She was shopping at Zara, and she had like a really big bag. I think she had like a baby blanket in there or something. But immediately the three store clerks thought that she was stealing. So they start chasing after her through the mall. And the lady is like, what are you doing? Like, they come up to her and they're trying to grab her bag, and she's like, whoa, like, what's happening here? They aren't explaining. So she just starts running because she's like, these women are trying to attack me. So she starts running. The store clerks end up calling the police. The police pull her over, and they're like, well, when we searched her car, she didn't have anything, so she must have ditched the merchandise like along the way somewhere, because she doesn't have it on her. And it's like that. Then when they went back to go question the three clerks, the clerks are like, well, we didn't exactly see her, like put anything in her bag. But it was just like immediately, like the police did not do their due diligence to question the entire situation. They just automatically assumed that this black woman must have been stealing because she had a bag and she was running, and these three white women said that she was. So I feel like that's like a perfect example of that, right? Like, it's like, and you're the police, so you have the job of questioning something without bias, and he couldn't even do it, right? Like, because these things are the ones Look, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I got like the highest expectation of the police, whatsoever.
But it is your job,
right? It is your job to move without biases, and to question a situation fully. And so it's the exact same thing with this, right? Like, and that situation is an extreme, and so it's like, if it can happen on the extreme, it can also happen with something like this, right? That's very, very small. Like, the small things don't just fall through the cracks, right? It's them. It's them.
Yeah. Because I felt like the least amount of evidence of any millionaire was Umiko.
Was Umiko. And she did the best job with her agenda. There was nobody ever mentioned anything that Umiko did. It was just the fact that she lived in Virginia, and they brought up college, and was like, when the military pays for college, it's like, what? Like, what an assumption. Like,
because she didn't
because she just said, I live in Virginia, I'm in college. Like, the two don't mix. Like, there's colleges everywhere.
And people
and the
pay for them.
Is everywhere.
But she didn't say that the military, because no one knew that she was in the military. She just said it was because she paid for college. She didn't say the military paid for college.
She did. No, she didn't say that the military paid for college, but Daisy was saying like the military, and the military pays for college.
But I'm like, everybody pays for college when they go. Like, so what are we talking about? I agree with you. I'm not trying to say nothing against, but the whole thing was just I'm like, and I felt bad for Umiko at the end, because I clearly, like, when she was opening her box, her face was dry, but then when they gave her her final speech, she was just tears all over her face, and she's like, I'm representing, clearly I'm black and I'm Asian, and I'm trying to represent, and and so I know, because I know she had thought that money was hers, and so I can only imagine the devastating feeling of that. And then she also seemed like she was having a tough time, because she kept mentioning like, she's trying to find herself in life, because she was like this, like feeling like a normal human being, and just like, she may have just that environment, who knows, being in such a high pressure job at such a young age, maybe she's just not found her space, her people, and then she's biracial, but she looks black. Like, I will say, like,
she does look black. I was wondering, like, girl, is the Asian of your family, are they like a quarter Asian, half Asian?
No, I was trying to tell you.
I know you said the last episode, but it wasn't until her side profile that I was like, oh, she do got a little Asian up in her.
Yeah, no.
Because I look at her like, she, like, what?
No, I like that. There's an actress, I tell you, she plays in the Tyler Perry movies and she presents as black, but she is mixed. She's like Korean and black. And it's usually via the hair texture. You can kind of tell a little bit, but sometimes you can't tell because your hair texture could be like a little looser for whatever other reason. And she never got her hair wet, so you couldn't truly see what
Yeah, what
it
she's
just was
working
looking
with.
like a little sleek silk press.
Press, yeah.
And
And it was so
so
crazy. I wrote down in my notes. I was like, Umiko been keeping her hair on point, baby, without, having the resources of the beauty shop, the salon. I'm like, she keeping that thing together.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The heat,
No.
all the things.
Yeah. But I felt for her, and hopefully as she's left, she's had a good experience, or she's finding her way into whatever else is her next venture.
Yeah, I was sad to see her go, and then I like literally when they were around the round table, and I mean this with like no offense, but I was like, this right here is why these shows need to be more diverse because we are
Mm,
literally left with just white people. Like, and I don't think
yeah.
that's ever a good sign. The fact that the show
Yeah.
only started off with one full black person because Umiko is
Okay.
biracial.
Yeah.
Hunter is, but I didn't even know Hunter, but I wasn't giving him even half black.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he half black, so I'm not taking that away from him. But either way, like y'all had diversity still represented through like these mixtures, and you
Mm-hmm.
could have just had. Not saying that these people shouldn't have been on the show, but we didn't have like full Asian or Hispanic representation, at least from what I heard the people say. And so it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're just left with white people at this round table because you did not have enough diversity in this
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
They love to put a little mix to be like, whoop, 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 check off this
right,
box,
right,
check off that box.
right.
Even in, we talk about it in commercials, like they always have black, white, black, white. And it's just like, can you bring diversity by having some commercials have black families, black husband,
Yeah.
black wife. Some commercials have Asian husband, Asian wife. Like, why do we have to have all of these mixes just
Mix
so y'all can hit
and mixed with
quotas?
white every single time.
Yeah, everything
Like,
mixed with whites. White people ain't everybody shit, but
right.
never like, come on.
Yeah.
But one of the things I also was saying about, I wanted to mention about Daisy and her suspicion of Umiko. Why, when she was like, because it really seemed like it was the Hunter thing, the Hunter vote and the push
Mhm.
to get Hunter,
Yeah.
keep Hunter around, that caused her to be suspicious of Umiko. And granted, that's something to be sus on, but not something I feel like that's like you go so hard that you really truly 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 believe it, especially because the person that y'all were considering sending home is her boo thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Nick and
Yeah.
her obviously had a thing going on. Was it Lauren over there talking about y'all would make beautiful
Beautiful. I
babies?
hated that comment.
I did
I
too.
was
I was
like,
like,
girl,
I'm
Lauren, I was like, Lauren, you 2 for 2 with talking too much because she also said she's gonna fight me for it in the for to get in the trophy room, and I'm like, Umiko has not displayed any type
yeah,
of aggressive or like it's not
absolutely.
given I throw hands. So to be like she's
Yeah.
gonna fight me for it, it was a bit much.
Yeah,
So yeah,
because both Kevin and Umiko were the ones that were saying like, or Kevin, I guess, that was a bit much. Like I didn't really like how she did that. Like she was the more
yeah,
aggressive one in that. Like, can I have it? You know,
right.
she put them. I mean, it wasn't like a. It was like a pat. It was not aggressive, but it was like one of those like
She was
you're
forward
being
about it.
direct. Yeah,
Yes.
forward about it. Yes. But yeah, that mix, because people who fetishize mixed children is giving, get your life,
Yes. It's
help, like
crazy.
break the psychology down of why you do
Yes.
that. Like get into your own mind, because all babies, you know what I'm saying? All people can make beautiful babies. So why are
Hmm.
we fetishizing? Like
Even ugly
that's,
folks.
you said what?
I say even ugly folks. No,
Yeah, yeah, but like, I guess like there, it feels like that's something people say when they don't know what to say because they're like trying
yeah.
to mask their thoughts about, like,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
trying to
See
show
this
how they're,
interracial
I'm
couple.
down, I believe in this,
Yeah.
y'all would make
Right.
beautiful babies. Like, girl, stop.
Hmm. Yeah, with the thickest southern accent. Uh,
But yeah,
But yeah, that was a bit much. But yeah, no, not only that, but I thought Umiko was going to bring up the fact that Kat did the same thing when she suspected that Caleb was the millionaire. She gathered us together to make sure we did not vote for Caleb when everybody had sus on Caleb after he was sticking right next to Kevin when he had to do the 45-minute right next to Kevin
oh
agenda. It's like
yeah.
Kat did the same thing. If I was Miko, I would have said that. I don't know if she said that we just didn't see it in the edit, but I would have
Hmm.
just been like, what does that even mean? We Kat did it.
Yeah.
Y'all just didn't know because y'all weren't in the conversation.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like that was the faintest of evidence to have gone so hard, for it
Yeah,
to have carried so much weight and got her out of here. But yeah, you're right. Like right now, all they got is a room full of white people, and it is interesting.
yeah,
Who you think got it next? I think Kevin got it. The way he looked in his box, he was like,
maybe. And to be quite honest, I don't care who has it because who we have left: Kevin, Caleb, Daisy, and Lauren. I don't care who take it.
and Cat.
And Kat. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't care who gets
I,
it.
I I think I'd prefer Cat to get
Yeah, out
it
of all
out of
of them,
anybody, but
yeah,
yeah. One thing we didn't talk about though was the Umiko and Hunter, like the back and forth a little bit. Well, not it wasn't too much back and forth, but like the Nick Hunter, like the Hunter's like out. There
yeah,
seemed to be a moment at that table where they all were, or at least Nick and Umiko kind of were coming for Hunter's loyalty. And I actually agreed with them in the
yeah.
sense that, like, if we're talking about loyalty, like, we're your squad, or like, at
Right.
least
You
Nick
trying to
is
be
your
loyal
boy.
to everybody when you need to just be loyal to your folks, to your people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I agree with them kind of calling him out. But I did also think that them switching, like, it was like both was happening. They both were turning on each other. But I think Hunter did the first turn.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Hunter was
Yeah,
the
Hunter
one
did when
who
he said, "Oh no, it's
he
definitely
gotta go.
Nick."
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I think that, like, if you're really like, if that's your boy or whatever, you respond to it the way Kat did. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
when they say, okay, it is him, but we can do something with this.
right.
You respond the way Kat did, or you respond the way Nick did when he realized that it was Umiko. You just say okay, or the way Umiko did when she realized it was him. It's like, okay, we can
Yeah,
do something with this. Like,
yeah.
so I don't know.
But that goes
But
to just like not understanding the game. And some people, I
true.
feel like it's almost like a power trip a little bit to figure it out. Like they want to be seen as a person who's like so smart.
Yeah,
Like even the way Hunter was
that's your
even playing
ego.
poker, it's
Mm-hmm.
like you could chill a little bit. Like you're being so intense with a room full of people who you know don't play poker. So you're probably going
Yeah.
to be able to, he could have like relaxed and like
Yeah.
untense them nostrils a little bit. He's like, on the table. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
happening here? Relax, boy, relax.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. Well, is there anything else on this episode that we haven't covered?
I think the only thing we didn't cover was the second challenge when Umiko was the millionaire. When they had to run through the forest for the
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
mask, I thought it was good for Miko to look over at Nick like, "Motherfucker, you need to be the person by yourself." And she had good reason. Like that
Yeah.
was good. Like quick thinking on your feet. Well, he's the
Yeah.
only person we know isn't the millionaire, and
Yeah.
so he should do it. But he couldn't get to the end. So yeah, but luckily, Umiko's team ended up winning. But it would have been cool if Umiko got to get in the trophy room.
Yeah. Yeah. But it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
It probably would put more sus on her, to be honest. Um, because
Yeah,
that.
but the fact they already had sus on Daisy because she was older. I mean, well, not because she was older, because they didn't have the clue at that point. But they already had sus on Daisy, and so when Daisy pushed back about, well, she said she wasn't pushing back. She just didn't understand the rules about Nick running by himself. I would
Mm-hmm,
have still used that moment, and then
mm-hmm.
once they got the clue, said like, "Oh, it might be somebody who is older." But I do wonder if Umiko went in there, how was she going to manipulate the clue?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. We got a lot to get through for the next episode, but I do remember it takes me back to like last season. I think his name was Corey, and the girl who won, who was like a waitress at like Waffle
In and
House
out,
or
in and out.
something.
Yeah,
Oh, In and Out. Yeah. Who won? And I just remember that last room of like how they decide if they took the. Do you think
Nobody,
they
yeah,
took the money and put it in their box, or do you think they kept it in your box? And it's like this game of chance that
yeah,
is the end. And I remember feeling so bad for Corey then. So I'm like, it's still
yeah,
so much.
that can happen.
Yeah, yeah.
That's anyone's game.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's anyone's game right down to the last little bit. So,
hmm
anywho, all right.
Yeah. Next week we have the last two episodes, so we'll be wrapping this on up.
Yep.
Make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments. What did we miss? What are we not considering? What should we think about going into the finale? And we will catch you next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Bye.
Bye.